Omega Strikers is a 3v3 anime-styled air hockey MOBA created by Odyssey Interactive. I personally ignore the air hockey part and make it a Smash Bros. Match. The game is incredibly unique, fun, and the art style is great. You feel the love put into the game, from the goofy emotes, the character designs and lines, and the community engagement. Shout out to Sony, give me the fucking emote now. I can't keep pretending to be nice in the YouTube comments like a begging dog. Please. You can play as Mommy, you can play as Himbo, you can play Blob Girl, or you can play Blizzard with a shotgun. They got some big name voice actors from the community, like Sea-Dog voicing Rasmus, Egoraptor voicing X, and Lily Pichu voicing Juno. With a set of unique and fun characters, you'll find someone you like. If you get round MVP with your character, you get the reward of listening to their awesome theme song for the next round. I recommend you listen to all the songs. Just look up Omega Strikers on Spotify. Except Juno's Facebook stock music, I don't know what that shit is. The game got a huge amount of engagement from big and diverse creators such as Moist Critical, Lily Pichu, Dyrus, and so on. This was because when the game launched, there was a team event where you could support a content creator from a set list, and the games you won would go towards a total score. By the end of it, the top 3 creators got a skin and a percentage of the revenue Omega Strikers made for that season. First place getting the most. So, fun, unique gameplay, great art style, huge engagement from the online community. All the cards are in Odyssey's favor. Obviously, they capitalized on this immense momentum, focusing all their time on content updates and quality of life changes. Just kidding, they shut the game down for 4 months. Of course, shutting the game down wasn't the only issue, and them having momentum is arguable. I can sit here and say that the game is unique and fun, which it is, but the numbers don't lie. Even during their big launch, peaking around 20k players, the player base quickly dwindled. Odyssey obviously knew that this was a problem, and we can get some insight into their thought process through their blog posts. One of the most valuable things we've learned from the open beta is that many players aren't seeing great reasons to stick with the game after their first few weeks of play. This is the case even for players who tell us they really enjoy the game. It's a pattern that holds up even when we release new strikers and balance patches on a regular cadence. They further state that they have to make serious improvements to Omega Strikers if the game is to reach its full potential. And with that, they give us 2 of their main goals: increase variety from game to game, and appreciable moment-to-moment depth to gameplay. Okay, up till now, you've been watching beta gameplay. So let's fast forward to April 2023. It's the day of the full launch. How'd they do on their goals? They added plenty of unique new maps and strikers. Each map has unique goal barriers and environmental mechanics. They added a rotation of awakenings, which buff you in special ways. You get to pick from 2 random awakenings at the start, and between rounds each player takes turns picking 1 awakening from the random 8. They added a best of 5 format, 3 goals to win 1 round. In the beta, you had to score 5 times to win the game. This extended the game time, but a lot of players are opposed to how long games take now. There's a new core flip mechanic. When you have max energy, you flip the core, stopping other players from hitting it, and it makes your next hit unplug strong. If you don't have max energy, you will instead use a bar to be invulnerable for a short time, useful when you're getting bullied by X. Overall, I think they did a really good job making each game feel fresh and adding new ways to express skill through core flip and utilizing map environments. They came back with a strong 13k player peak, and the player base started dwindling again but slower. They addressed some of the game's issues. They also invested their dev time into a visual novel system embedded in the game. I mean, it's cool and all, especially if they intended to do more with it in the future, but probably not a great use of dev time at this stage. Also, they won't even get to use it in the future. It was purely wasted dev time for 1 event. Anyways, let's talk about why players just seem like they don't want to stick around long term. My opinion is going to be very, very controversial, as every time I bring this up, people are opposed to it. And I actually believe this is the biggest reason the game is failing. The game needs an in-game chat. Now I know what you're thinking. Power. If the game had a chat, it would be toxic, you fucking dipshit cocksucker. But tell me, is the game not toxic already with the emotes? There are emotes specifically designed to antagonize players. I would rather someone call me a racial slur and tell me to kill myself than see someone walk over me and use the Drakkar question mark emote or the Fuslie L. Not only that, but you can simply mute. fact, there can be an option to full mute every game. This is an absolute non-issue. When you have no chat, every game feels like an AI game. Yeah, you can get your general emotions across with the emotes. There's no way to engage with the community. If your favorite PvP game was instead AI, would you boot it up for months even if it had consistent updates? You probably wouldn't. I'm not saying it fully feels like an AI game. And obviously it's PvP, but that chat would make it feel more human. Currently, the only way to engage with the community is through Discord, and that's unacceptable. So many frustrating situations for new players could have been fixed if they simply had the ability to type, "Hey dumbass, you cute as goalie." Now, what's Odyssey's take on chat? We're a small team, so moderating the text chats of hundreds of thousands of players is more than we can handle. We need to build or buy an automated solution to it, and that's not something we've had the time or money for. It's actually pretty crazy expensive. We want to change this in the future. They agree that it's a miss. It wasn't a deliberate choice, but a technical limitation. I still have some big issues with their statement on chat. No resources to moderate? Fine. But why is there no way to direct message friends? In fact, why can I barely notice when someone adds me? What's the point of someone adding me when I can't even message them to coordinate a time we can play together? All you can do is invite them and hope they join, or just wasted your time waiting. The only messaging option is when they're in a group with you in the waiting lobby, and even then it's super easy to miss. With social features so lacking, how can you expect a community to develop? Besides the chat, just reading the comments on the future Omega Strikers video, we can get some insight into why players stop playing. So I think a big thing is that the new player experience is rough. Instead of prioritizing the tutorial, they spent their dev time on the visual novel we talked about earlier. Playing this game when you're good at it and with good teammates, the game just feels better. I also see a lot of comments saying that they're sad the game is being discontinued because they just discovered it. Now this doesn't necessarily mean anything, but there could be a marketing issue here. It's hard to tell though. Another thing is, maybe it's simpler. Maybe players are more in love with the Omega Strikers world than the current gameplay.
And as much as it pains us to say, Omega Strikers make significantly less money than it costs us to build and maintain. And that would likely remain true at this point unless we had some huge spike in playership, which is unlikely after everything that we've tried to make the full launch a success.
So here's what we're doing. By the end of the year, the full Odyssey team is pivoting to work on new games set in the Omega Strikers universe. After shipping our next update, we'll stop making new content updates for Omega Strikers. Servers and matchmaking are going to stay on. We're going to polish up the custom games tool, and we're going to continue releasing balance updates for the foreseeable future. But there won't be any more new skins, maps, strikers, awakenings, or striker passes. We wanted to do everything in our power to give Omega Strikers the best chance to succeed. We adore this game and wanted nothing more than to continue working on it for years to come. And yet, well, you've seen our Steam charts. Despite our best efforts, we haven't been able to grow Omega Strikers.
Realistically, as a game dev, there's a million reasons why this could be the case. It could be that competitive air hockey is fundamentally niche, maybe the gameplay wasn't deep enough, maybe we need to figure out a way to pop off on TikTok, or maybe the world just wasn't ready for X.
I love this game. I love the characters, the music, the art, the love and soul the developers put into this game. Omega Strikers isn't going anywhere, but the devs aren't going to be making any more content updates, so they can focus their time on other games set in the Omega Strikers universe. Unless, of course, they get a big boost of players, which, sadly, probably won't be happening. I'm excited to see what they come up with in this universe, but I'm sad we won't get to see Omega Strikers' true potential. Also, Sony, if you still work at Odyssey, you win. This is me begging like a dog. Please give me my emote, please.